All right, our next food item is going to be Texas Roadhouse buns.
I think you start the bidding because I got that last one. Do I get the butter with it as well?
Oh, the butter comes with it.
4. You can have it. You can have it.
Lane 8 Media, we are back with a fire first episode. We got my man Mason Switala with us today, incoming sophomore from Chartiers Valley. If you didn't catch him during the season, boy, you missed out because he just had a crazy freshman year. I'm just going to rattle off just an introduction of him here, and you'll see for yourself. Second place, Whippeals discus. 11th place in the state in discus of PA. Third place in the Whippeals of shot put. 20th place in the state for shot put. Third place, freshman discus at New Balance Nationals, arguably the biggest nationals in the nation. Second place, freshman shot put at New Balance Nationals as well. Indoor season on top of that. First place, freshman shot put at Adidas Nationals, also impressive. And then also just came out first team All-State discus in PA this year. Second team All-State shot put, all freshman state shot put and discus. And then also, on top of all of this, we have the current rankings. Mason sits 10th in the state in discus, 7th best freshman in the nation, United States, and number 1 freshman in Pennsylvania. Shot put 39th in the state of PA, 12th best freshman in the nation, and then also the number 1 freshman in PA for shot put. And on top of that, that's outdoor. Indoor, Mason was also the 9th best freshman in the nation for indoor, and once again, number 1 freshman in PA. His PRs for the season for outdoor, discus 177, shot put 53.9, and then he doesn't do javelin a lot, but it is 106.5. He's working on it. But without further ado, Mason Switala. How you doing, Mason?
I'm doing pretty well. I mean, you flattered me pretty well there. That was nice.
Yeah. I mean,
touch basis on all of that. I mean, my name's Mason Switala from Chartiers Valley. What else? It was a fun season, I'd like to believe. You know, I got some interviews with you earlier in the season. First time meeting JD. It's nice to meet you.
Yep. Good to meet you too, bud.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Before we get this thing started here, I've got to say, I've met a ton of kids this year, and Mason was probably one of the best I met. Every time we had a meet, he would come up to me. I think the first meet of the season, Mason came up to me and like introduced himself. I had no idea who he was, to be honest. And he was like, "Hey, I want an interview," and I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And then he was like, "I'm a pretty good thrower," and I said, "Oh yeah." And I looked, and sure enough, Mason was a pretty dang good thrower. So we lined up the interview, went through a couple meets before we did it, but yeah, one of the best in the whips right here for sure, Mason.
That was definitely an interesting stretch to get that interview for sure.
I know we had like five meets before we did it.
Every time I would go up to you and ask if I could get an interview, your team would either already be leaving or the meet was already at its close. So, but the one interview that we finally got was probably one of my best performances that season. So I'll definitely take that. That's definitely a good start.
Yeah, that was. I think it was when you broke your school. Was that when you broke your school record? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good meet for sure for you.
But discus was there for me that day, so you know what?
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's never bad when you're breaking school records as a freshman.
But yeah, JD, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Yeah.
Maybe just about the season and things like that.
Yeah, listen, man. Congratulations on a great freshman season. I mean, those numbers were pretty impressive. How often do you do Jav?
I think the very first meet I did it was probably 75% of the way through our season. It was at the Baldwin Invitational, and it was a whim. It was off a whim. I was told the day of the meet that I would be throwing javelin in place of another javelin thrower who couldn't make it, just to get some team points potentially. You know, maybe I had a knack for it that day or something. But I barely ever practiced it. Probably once indoor with the arrow jab that we just had on standby, and outdoor, I would probably practice it once in a blue moon, maybe 2 weeks.
So that's one thing me and you probably have in common. That's how it was for me. Like they were like, I was shot discus, and then they were like, hey, if you could clean up some points, get in here and throw. You know what I mean? You watch people run down the runway and doing all these like crazy like sprinting into it. I did like a 5-step drop. That was it. Like that's all. It's what felt natural.
I did a 3-step in my New Balances. So you can imagine how much traction those really had.
Yeah, I would at least bust out my old football cleats for that. But I mean, no, I get it. Yeah, if you can clean up points, that's gonna help.
And listen, and that Baldwin meet, if I recall, was not ideal weather.
It was rain. It rained a lot when I threw discus. It wasn't as much for shot put. It was more towards the end of the meet where it started pouring down. And
yeah, it was coming down.
I think that 106 really reflected how often I practiced javelin.
Yeah, hey, listen, points are points, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's where like track's such a cool sport. Like there is a team element, but it's also individual performances. But like if you can help the team out somewhere, they can find a place for you.
It's a lot of the time, especially with javelin and shot put, they go hand in hand. You don't see a lot of athletes in the throwing aspects that are the three, or at least in PA where you only have the three that are legal. Usually you'll see someone throw shot put discus or discus javelin. Discus is universal. You can anyone can really get good at that. Yeah. Skinny, heavy, tall, short. You can really get into that however you want. But it's a matter of, you don't see a lot of athletes like throwing shot put and javelin in the exact same meet. It's just either too much stress on their body or their body just can't do it. Can't do that movement. It's very odd movement for your shoulder.
Yeah, it's a lot on the shoulder. Like I remember there's a couple meets where I would watch them and I'm like, listen, I'm not getting points today. Like, and I would just go to my coach. I'm like, just scratch me. Cause I'm like, I still got a third disc. I'm like, I'm not trying to jack up my shoulder right before, if I'm not going to catch these guys.
Mm-hmm. I almost thought to do that at the meet, at the Baldwin Invitational. However, it was just me and one other thrower.
Yeah, so you don't have a choice.
I kind of had to do it. And my coach was watching. My parents, the other throwers there, and my own teammates were all anticipating me to either throw really far or not throw it anywhere. It would have gone hand in hand there.
Just as long as you don't make those YouTube clips of like those like javelin fails, it's a good day.
Yeah,
there's some brutal ones.
As long as I don't make some highlight reel.
So let's get down behind the scenes here a little bit. So walk me through a normal training week in season.
I'll look at it like this. It mainly depends on what day in the week the meet is, really. But if it's, say, a Saturday invitational in the morning, at South Ed or something. Monday, I'll do a heavy throwing day, full throws, focusing on, every day I'm focusing on form, obviously. But, focusing on form, full out throws, both shot and disc. And then I'll do a heavy lift after hitting either, one of the 3 main movements, chest, legs, or back, something like that. Tuesday will be a lighter throwing day. I'll get like 65 to 70%, maybe even 80% throws, focusing mainly on form, not putting as much power behind the throws, because it's all about the form aspect. You have to have form before you can get power.
Absolutely.
And I think that goes with, even sprinting and jumping and whatnot. And then after I throw those lighter throws, the 70-80% throws, maybe 3 of my last throws, to clean it up, simulate maybe the first 3 throws of a meet you get all out. And then after that, I'll lift. But it's that will probably be like a plyo and Olympic lift, because you need the explosiveness, quick drive off your feet, all of that. It's such an explosive movement for shot put, discus, and javelin, and I think that gets undermined, really. Wednesday is nothing. Wednesday will just be form work. No picking up a shot put or discus. Sometimes I have done this. I don't bring my bag down to our throwing field just so I don't feel tempted to throw an implement. It's just, I got to stick behind my back to work on keeping my shoulders level, and I work on form either in the ring or on the side of a concrete slab. That's
I dig it.
my Wednesday practice for about an hour, just working on that form. And it sounds counterproductive, but it's what you need. If you don't, like I said,
get
if you
it.
don't
I'm
have
with
that
you.
form down and you go to throw, you could hurt something. You could your throw could go all out of whack. You come back to throw that next day and you feel tired or beat, and then your throws don't go well. That's mentally, damaging.
Yeah,
So
you get the yips from that. You know what I mean? It could throw everything off. It's actually really refreshing, and actually, I'm really excited that things changed from when I threw. Now, I mean, that's been some years ago. Like we would just throw every day. It felt like, like it'd be like, okay, today's gonna be a heavy shot day or a heavy discus day.
yeah,
It was never. I don't know how I want to put it.
it wasn't structured.
Like the way your coaches are structuring it, it's awesome that they're implementing lifting, they're implementing different like dynamic work. I remember very vividly, it'd be like, I don't know, like a couple days before a meet, and they'd be like, all right, guys, we're gonna do some conditioning. And I'm like, I'm gonna go lift. Like, and I had they gave me the freedom to do it. Like, they were like, yeah, go ahead. But it just never felt like, it just seems like the sport itself has grown and there's more science behind it. They're learning from different aspects, and it's just really cool to hear from you that things are going in a different direction from even when I did it.
Yeah, the structure aspect of it is definitely huge. Like you said, and there still is weeks where it is exactly like that.
Yeah.
But I've just had to be disciplined towards staying to what I need to do to get better. Because my training week could be different from someone else's, and they could be better than me in time come, or if they're working towards something else in their season, it's just what I do that works best. But definitely, I don't know if lifting every day of the week or throwing hard every day of the week, especially the day before meet.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. And like you said, that's the other beautiful thing about track. Like, everybody's different and everybody can benefit from a different perspective and like different structure. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. So let me ask you this. And this might be a silly question, so just bear with me here. What do you get more excited for? A good training week or the meet?
I'd say in general, I get more excited for a competition. I go into meets.
I was hoping you'd say that, Mason.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
In the beginning of my season indoor, I'll put it like this: in indoor, I was a lot more excited for the practices because traveling that 2 hours, and then obviously you underperform, then that's just rough. But definitely for outdoor, I'd say the competition, because you go there, you put everything you did that week, you prove yourself at that meet. And it's the practice, you practice towards something, but that something is the competition. So that's how I like to look at it.
Let me just ask real fast, just because I've been curious. I obviously I knew most of your stats already, just because I've followed you since this year basically. I saw you put up, I think it was 2 big PRs in the last meet you had, which is probably, I would assume, a testament to your training. But look, you threw 170 in discus and 53 in shot. What, are you keeping the same regimen over summer, or have you changed it up a little? Just, I mean, either you're staying the same and it's paying off big time for you, because I mean, you said 2 big throws just recently.
I think the only thing that has necessarily changed in terms of my schedules is the throwing. For that club season, I do throw a lot. I go out to RMU to practice with my club, and then I go to those meets. But I think the lifting probably changes more, if anything.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for these club meets. There's not as much pressure because you're scoring points for your club's team, but you join a club team for individual performance and
yes,
you're
to get better.
If you're proving to get better for your school's season. So I can lift heavy the day before a meet or throw heavy the day before a meet, and then I have all that time to recover. And if I go into that meet and I underperform in one, but do really good in the other, it balances out. Meanwhile, if it was during a regular season and I did that same exact thing, I would, it wouldn't be, how do I put this? It would feel worse. Is the best way I can describe it.
I kind of agree with you on that. Club is kind of like just for you, and there's not a whole lot of pressure. I mean, you're throwing for your club, but at the same time, it's like there's not a ton of pressure. It's not the same as like school season. Well, it's still cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a little different.
It allows you to have a little bit different mentality to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. What did you for nationals? Did you throw under your club for nationals?
I went to nationals unattached. I didn't believe.
Okay.
I don't think I was a part of my club at that time. I found out that and I might have been, but it would have been newly joined.
Yeah.
Because going unattached, originally I thought I was going to have to go under my school.
Yeah, the national stuff's so weird.
I thought I had to go under at least something, but I don't think I was quite signed up for my club team. I could be wrong about that, but it was like really close in dates and times when that would happen.
Yeah.
And I then found out that I could sign up unattached when I saw other athletes in my age group do it. And I thought it probably would have been easier to just do it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty easy just to go unattached, and then honestly, you kind of just can wear whatever you want, even if you wear like your club team stuff or whatever. It really doesn't matter. Nationals in that aspect is so weird, but it kind of is what it is. But I wanted to ask you too. I know we talked during our interview about Adidas Nationals indoor. What did you think about New Balance Nationals? Because JD and we were there with Ali and Katie, and that was a great experience for us. What did you think about New Balance compared to Adidas, or was it kind of a different vibe for you?
I think it was, like you said, I think it was a different vibe. There was a lot more competition. It is a bigger nationals in its respect. However, the 9th place finisher at New Balance would have won indoor. And it was one of my friends his name's also Mason Cackley's from Ohio. He would have won indoor nationals had he thrown the throw that he did, yet he placed 9th at outdoor nationals, which I think is personally like that's mind blowing. It just a difference in probably 3-4 months at most, and it was just that higher of a level. I thought the facility, it was UPenn, right?
Yeah.
So much nicer than I anticipated it to be. The throwing area was far away. That was the one tough part.
They had a shuttle, right?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, there was like a shuttle.
The shuttle was often late, so we had a lot of the athletes, like I did originally, it was a lot worse because there was a shortcut that one of the parents found to get there faster, but it was a rough walk, and the shuttle one day was like outrageously late compared to what we were told, like the times that we anticipated. So we had to walk there, and that's why the shuttle, like I'm saying, the shuttle was very unreliable, is what I should say.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew that you were throwing. I obviously found out that it wasn't very close to the track. I wanted to come watch, and then New Balance at their track, it was just so bang bang. Like you do this, then they do this, and then they do. It's just like so quick. So I never made it over, but I knew it was a little bit far away, so we didn't actually see the throwing areas there.
I kind of wish they would have had they had the televised stuff, not televised, but they had that big projector outside.
Yeah.
I wish they would have had like a second one showing the throwing events.
Yeah.
That way you could at least like still watch it.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
The one different, like the biggest difference, and it's a very subtle difference, but I thought it was a lot better, is the podium, the way that was ran. Adidas, the way they ran it indoor was you had to wait until the sheet got there and whatnot, and you had to do the same for New Balance. But not only was New Balance faster with getting that sheet there, I think I was on the same shuttle with the person bringing the sheet to the officials for the podium. That's how fast it went.
Yeah.
I had to wait roughly an hour and a half to get on the podium for Adidas indoor. We took our own pictures without the medals on that podium because it was taking so long. Like, as a collective group, we decided because it was taking so long. And then
Yeah.
probably 15 minutes after, we find out that our group is up. But then in New Balance, once we got everyone there for shot put, at least on the second day, there was a 2-hour window in between when we finished and when they had our scheduled time for the podium set. But we got everyone there. We cut down an hour and a half just waiting for that podium. And that was life-saving because I drove home that day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We
Yeah.
when we were waiting for Katie to get the medal, we didn't even realize they had like on the side. We realized after that they had like a schedule of when this was getting the medal, this was getting the medal. So we were just kind of like hanging out waiting, and then we realized, hey, there's a schedule. This is when it is. So it's definitely pretty efficient.
That's pretty cool,
But
though.
they
Like,
don't play around.
no. If it's that time, you are,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're up. So back to some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. What kind of mentality do you go into with like a meet? Are you, someone who's like going to be listening to some crazy pump up music? Or are you more calm, cool, collected? Like what do you like to do? What's your vibe?
my pre-race ritual or pre-meet ritual, as I like to put it, I listen to one of two things: either punk rock like Deftones, American baseball, and stuff like that. If it's like if depending on the mood, or I listen to R&B songs,
All right.
or indie rap, stuff like that. It's best if you go into the meet as like clear-minded as possible, and not think about like when you're about to compete, because then getting in your nerves, and sometimes nerves are often very good when you're competing, but it's a matter of how you use those nerves when you're competing. They can make or break you just like that. I go into a lot of the meets like states or the nationals that I went to, or the big meets in general, thinking, I made it. There's other people that didn't make it. I made it. And that's what keeps me calm, because, I know I have the ability to be here and compete here. So why put a thought in my head that I'm going to underperform, or if I do bad in one event, I automatically think, it's going to happen. The same thing's going to happen in the other event that I do. It just, that's the difference maker in any sort of, race, jump, or field event in general, just anything.
Right. I know I said it a lot at New Balance with Katie and Allie. I was just like, don't be nervous. This is the fun stuff. This is what you've worked for. Like, you made it. You're here. Enjoy it. Like, savor it. Take it all in. Be happy. You did it. That's another thing. Like, track's different. Like, I know before football games, I was listening to like metal, rap. Like, I was trying to get hyped up, amped up, and I was like, I wanted that, like that pent up, a little bit of aggression. Same with wrestling. But with track, it's more about that clear mind, calm. Because if you're too amped up, or if you're too tense, it could throw off your throws. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the throws, especially depending on the form you use, it's all about like that fluid motion. Trying to make sure you're not so rigid that you can do your spin. It's a different mentality.
Exactly.
So you already kind of went through your pre-meet rituals, and you're a freshman, right? Or you're going to be a sophomore.
Soon to be sophomore.
You get nervous? You get nervous before these meets?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I dig it.
Just going out to perform is always a little bit nervous, but when you go in there and you're so nervous about performing, but then you do show out for your team, it all goes away.
Right. Yeah. How about like right before you're going to throw? Do you kind of like clear the mind? Like, are you focusing on anything? Like, I know the first couple throws you're kind of just getting the feel for it, but like that last like throw, I know if I needed to do something, if I was missing something, if I wasn't getting the right foot placement, I was always focusing on like the technique. Sometimes it was just like, hey, just go all out. Is there anything that kind of like goes off in your mind right before a throw?
For my instance, and sometimes I look crazy doing it. I know I threw my PR when I threw my PR and shot put at South Fayette's Invitational. I looked crazy because I was talking to myself. I was like, "Let's go!" And I was smacking myself on my thigh, I amp myself up before the throws. I go in the back of the ring, stare dead center, look down, amp myself up, and then I go to throw. I think that is what helps me the most for my instance, I stay calm. I think about the form before I step in that circle, and the second I step in that circle, it's go time. It's like how in a football game, you're thinking about the team you're going to play, who you're going to go up against. You're putting everything in your mind, your plays. But then you go in that game, forget everything. You're just going to go. You're going.
Yeah.
You're hitting whoever.
Whatever in front of you, you're going after
Exactly.
them. Yeah. Whatever crosses your path you're mowing them down. I know when I was throwing, the worst thing that I could do was almost take my time the second I stepped in the circle. You know what I mean? I was better at, like, if I just got in there, got myself situated, and just go. It was better than sitting there thinking, like trying to get like a breath or anything. I just did better that way. I don't know. Sometimes I get in my own head back in the day.
The
You know what I
nerves
mean?
building
About
up
that stuff.
is what's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. There was a kid who was a jumper, really good, went to Penn State, full ride, high jumper. And he used to always, I would go to help him with his stuff. He liked to do this like clap thing where you got the rhythm, almost like a metronome, and you'd build it up, build it up, build it up, and then he would go. And it helped him with his timing. And I remember one time during discus, and it was a big meet. I think it was like a meet with like 3 other teams, because like one of the meets got rained out, so they had everybody together. And it was the last throw. I was the last one, and if I hit a certain distance, we're winning it. And I remember he was like, "Do you want me to do the clap?" I was like, "Yeah, do the clap," because it helped with my rhythm. You know what I mean? It was actually one of the best throws I've ever had. So it was a cool, little moment.
In my instance, I've had one clap to start that has ever worked out for me in my life.
Really?
I've started many. I've started many in my time. I started 2 claps at the South Bay Invitational. I scratched one, and then I threw another. It went like 130 feet, which was decent for the day.
Yeah.
But I slipped in the center because I was rushing the throw just because of that clap.
Threw you off
in my mind. Yeah.
And just one of those things. Everybody has something different that works.
Exactly.
How about? I think I know the answer to this. I think I'm just based on the numbers. I know the answer. Do me a favor, since you've done all 3 throws. Okay, rank them least to most favorite.
If it's off enjoyment and favorite, I think it's going to go shot put, discus, javelin.
So, or shot put. Wait, do it again. I'm sorry.
Shot put is first.
Discus, jav.
I'll put discus second, and then javelin third.
Okay.
However, I know I'm better at discus in form wise and distance overall. It's just I find shot put to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I definitely thought from outdoor that discus was your favorite, so it's interesting to hear that you like that you like shot put.
I can't explain it. There's something about it, like pushing some like a heavy piece of like a heavy object. It just it feels different than
discus is more elegant to throw and more entertaining to watch. But shot put,
very much so.
Just the pure testosterone of the area. When you're throwing with a group of guys, it's I think that's what really takes cake. And then also, when you can brag that you can throw a 12-pound object, above even 30 feet. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was talking to someone at work, so we were talking about this stuff, and they were like, "What's like the weight of these things?" And I was explaining it to them, and they're like, "Oh, okay. Like I thought it'd be something." I'm like, "No, like, you don't understand. Like you can't just baseball it. Like it's not. You know what I mean? It's a different type of heavy because it's all
you can't do that. Yeah.
No.
There was a distance runner. The distance runners, they run their course for like practice. They'll run a cross country course, and that intersects a little bit with our throwing area. And one of them came down, asked me how far I could throw because they knew on the team that I was decent, and they wanted to see me practice. And then he's like, "Oh well, I mean, I could do that." He goes to throw the shot put. It goes, I think, 20 feet. Oh. He said he swore he could hit 40. By the way, no,
not even close.
He hit like 20, 25 feet.
And nothing's worse too. Like if you watch someone, like when you first throw it, like that when that shot separates from that spot, you can just feel like in that shoulder, and they're hurting. Too. Yeah. I don't know. Like, how's your guys' field set up for practice? Like, is it like you said? Like, they do that cross country course that kind of runs like intersects it, or it's close.
It's a little brutal. Shot put is fine. We don't necessarily have a pit. That's something I think you saw when you came to when you came to our home meet for the first time.
Yeah.
It's a little brutal. And then discus, it could be good because it reaches into a football field, but the way they have the cage angled, it leads into a creek in a woods area. If you sector it left, it's 100% skipping into the woods, and that's
Yeah.
only with a throw of like
It wasn't
130 feet.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest set. The discus isn't the greatest setup for like photography there at all, but
Oh no,
it needs a little work. But I mean, it is what it is. It's
Murph, is Trinity set up the same
it's
way?
throwing, so no. Their Char Valleys is like, if you remember where their football field is, they have like a bridge that goes across the street. It's like a practice grass football field. That's where all the.
No. I'm sorry. I phrased that wrong. I remember
Okay.
Chartiers Valley. I have a funny story about that actually.
Okay.
With the bridge.
Yeah.
No, like is Trinity's laid out the same way with like the discus being in the corner of the football field?
Yeah, but it's down in the far corner, and it's they throw a jab in the middle, and then the shot still is far away. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
same
remember there was a kid during practice, and the track loops around that football field. Well, the discus is in that corner, that far corner, and I remember a kid pegged the cage, like the side, like the last peg, like the pole, and that thing ricocheted into a bunch of distance runners. I thought someone was gonna get lit up. It was bad. No, but the Chartiers Valley story, it was my senior year, and again, I don't know if they still do this, and Mason, you can kind of attest to this. Our throwing rule was freshmen carry the gear. You know what I mean? I don't know how you guys have, if you guys have bags. We used to have a crate, like a plastic crate.
We have a crate, but it's mainly for they'll carry their stuff individually.
Okay.
It's kind of if you want the equipment to be down there, you take it yourself regardless of age.
Yeah, so I remember it was at Chartiers Valley, and you had to walk across that bridge, go down, do all that stuff. And I remember I was like one of the last throwers, and I was throwing, and I looked around, I'm like, none of my teammates are still down here. I had to lug all of our shots, all of our discus in that crate, all the way back to the football field. And I cannot repeat what I said to some of those people.
Yeah.
Once I got back up there.
It's not a close walk.
No. I had it on my shoulder, then I had to switch the other shoulder. Like it was cool.
And it's uphill 50%.
Yeah,
it's
it was
not
awful.
ideal.
So when you're not competing, give me something that you like to do. And don't say training, because we know you like to train too. Give me something else.
I think in my free time, I either sit and watch shows, or I try to do something with my friends outside. Like walk. I'm not even walking with my friends in their neighborhoods. It sounds boring, but it's pretty interesting because you can also talk to them. I mean, talking to them is also interesting. Going to the mall is definitely huge too. I think I've been to the mall 3 times in this last week, maybe week and a half.
That's
Which mall?
Change.
South Hills.
Oh yeah. Robinson. Yeah. It doesn't have it's a ghost town.
Yeah,
I haven't been there.
It's weird. Like South Hills is definitely like the premier mall in the area. Obviously Ross Park and stuff like that, but like to go and hang out and to do stuff, South Hills is the way to go.
Yeah. What TV shows? What have you been watching, Mace?
The Office. The Office is a big one. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I think
we know what The Office is.
There was a point in time in this house where it would just be running in our living room. No one could be watching it, and then you go in, and because we've rewatched it so many times, you know what's going on and going to happen.
And you can pick it up whenever.
Yeah, and it just gets, after a certain point, you know all the jokes. But I think 1 through 5, the first time watching it through the 5th time you're watching it, or maybe even more, it just gets funnier because you pick up on all the little the tinier jokes that you may have missed before watching it.
It's a fun show.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
I did. That was the next watch.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I think the all-time favorite Office episode would have to be their basketball episode.
When they play in the
yeah
thing.
They're trying to figure out who's going to stay extra.
Yeah.
because of corporate or something. It's just because you got Michael not letting Kevin play, and then Kevin's shooting 3 balls, like making 8 in a row.
They used to have really good cold openings. Like they had nothing to do with the story, but like it would just be something like a funny like little part in the beginning. That's
Yeah.
what was that shit I used to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They had some great cold
I've
openings.
seen that as well.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Those types of shows are always the comedy ones like that are always hilarious.
How about this? So you're a pre-meet ritual guy. Is there like a meal that you have to have before meet? You know, is there something that you like to have, like a snack or even, like I said, a full-blown meal that you like to have?
Gushers.
Gushers.
I always had a pack or two in my throwing bag, and then I'd pack at least 1 or 2 just to have on me for the bus ride.
Yeah, I dig it.
I think I took a pack of Gushers from one of our athletes this year. I think they always had like 2 or 3 packs, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take a pack."
It's the Gushers, and then I would rob some of the long distance runners of their extra snacks because they packed a lot to energize, but sometimes they overpack, so I get the leftovers, and it's always wonderful at the end of a meet or even beginning. Obviously, it's always wonderful if they don't want like a fruit roll up. I'll gladly take that. What?
Right. So we kind of went through behind the scenes, kind of like your mentality behind things. I kind of want to get into something that we didn't kind of prep you for. Murph, you cool with this?
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to do this, actually. Yeah, I was looking forward to this, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, so I'm going to ask you questions rapid fire, just instinct. I want you to just give me your answer right off the rip, okay? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, favorite athlete of all time?
Jordan Guys.
Okay. Dream college?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, okay.
Notre Dame.
Favorite shoes?
New Balance. I think I get their 470s.
470s, okay. Favorite sport movie?
Blindside.
Okay. What do you prefer, mornings or nights?
Nights.
Yeah, you're a teenager. I get that. Favorite snack?
Gushers. They're easy to get.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Coffee or energy drink?
Energy drink. I hate coffee.
Okay. Which personal record are you most proud of?
Discus.
All right, cool. Good. I like it. And that's all.
I should have just said javelin.
That was all of them.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been good.
I should have just said that.
You going on any vacations or anything this summer, Mason?
Not as of now. Next year for sure, though. We are in the process of moving, though.
That's
busy
kind of
summer. That's the big thing.
Okay.
That's the big thing this summer, and the next summer we'll go.
You stay in the same district?
Yeah, move closer to the school actually.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'll make life a little easier.
Yeah.
That definitely will. Yeah, you could just walk over there for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely could.
What? Yeah. The super built up area they're building over there and stuff, right there by Bridgeville. So what I love down there? I don't know if you ever had it. Is the Philly pretzel factory. You ever have those pretzels?
Oh.
My uncle lives right next to that. I go there all the time.
Yeah.
Their cinnamon dip is amazing.
Dude, that place.
It's amazing.
Yeah, dude, that place.
You can.
That place slaps. I love that place.
I figured this out. If you're walking and you're more than a football field away, you can smell the pretzels being made. You can smell the factory from that far away because it travels. It's so good. It smells so good.
Pulling into there. It's a nightmare.
It's very tiny and but they're so good, and they're really not that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty affordable. So
for the amount
all right, well, let's take a little. Yeah, for sure. Let's take a little commercial break here and tap off into what I like to call a TikTok special, where you're each going to get $20 to spend each. Okay, and you're basically going to be bidding.
Already.
Yes, you're basically going to be bidding each other. You're going to have to bid each other up. All right. So we're going to start with Mason. He'll start the bidding on the first food. And if the price goes higher than you want to pay for it, you just say you can have that one and I'll write it down. You each get 5 items. You only have $20, so you have to bid wisely, all right? Mason's starting us off. The first item is going to be pizza.
$2.
I'll go 3, 5.
You can have it. You can have it.
Okay.
You can have it. You can
All
have
right. JD's getting pizza at $5.
I'm a big pizza guy. I like pizza.
Solid take there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Next one, Mason will start the bidding off again, is going to be Mexican food. So like a taco
5.
or a burrito.
5.
You can have it. You can have
Favorite
5.
foods.
All right.
Favorite
it.
foods.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I
that's
like it.
one of my-
I'm not spending more than 5 on that.
That's one of my favorites.
The one.
Yeah.
Can
All right. Well,
I
you're.
add to this? Can I add to this?
Yeah. Good.
For
Yeah.
the
Good.
Trib Live interview, for one sentence, they asked me what my favorite food was while I was out there at Adidas, and I said the taco place attached to our hotel. Well, guess what? The only thing my teammates commented on was the fact I was talking about food in the interview.
Food.
So you're a
Yeah.
thrower, man.
I'm
Get
sorry.
used to it.
It's the
Yeah.
I
was gonna say-
performance, my only thing.
I picked food for this because you and JD are both throwers. I had to go. with
Yeah,
food.
see,
I'm
you'll never
sorry.
escape it, dude. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, even if I was doing this and JD was doing it, he would still pick food because I was a lineman. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Oh,
wouldn't,
yeah.
you know. All right, our next food option is going to be burgers. JD will start this one off.
I'll do $2.
I'm gonna give you it. Actually, I'm
Steal.
gonna-
All right,
I know, but I think there's better.
There probably is.
I
but
think there's. I
I
think
would.
there's.
Yeah, I thought that was a steal.
I'm
Okay.
also bleeding you
burger
right now.
Right.
burgers at $2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, next one, and this is going to be any cut that you would like it to be.
Oh,
But
yeah,
we're gonna be going steak. But it could be a ribeye, it could be a sirloin, it could be a Delmonico, it could be whatever, however you want.
ooh.
4,
I'll go 5.
6,
8.
You can have it.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have that
knew-
much money left. You don't have that much money left.
$5 left.
Yeah,
I
JD
literally had
has
steak tonight.
I have
13.
15,
Yeah,
I have 15, I think.
what?
I wasn't gonna go all
Yes,
the way
correct.
up to like 10 or something.
Well, you could have
After the burgers one, and JD's a big steak guy. I knew he was gonna go high.
Definitely winning.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe there's some other good choices here. All right. Next thing on our list is going to be a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
3.
You can have it.
$3.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
give you
think-
something. I'm gonna give you something to clip. I'm sure I'm gonna get blasted for it. Not my favorite chicken sandwich.
I already know.
Yeah.
I already knew that.
Not my favorite. Yeah, I know.
JD's a big Popeye. JD likes Popeyes.
And you
Yeah.
know what? I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
I respect that because they give you a
Yeah.
bigger. I can't even say this.
Yeah.
To get a bigger chicken sandwich, but
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
It's
it is.
preference.
All right,
I
let's hit
have
the next one.
Chick-fil-A is
12,
the
right?
original. I mean, it's good. Yeah, you have 12 left. JD has 5. You have 3 items left. JD has 2. All right. Our next item on the docket is going to be crab legs and or lobster.
You start the bid.
I'm gonna go 5.
Yeah.
I'm picking you with
Check.
6. I'm picking you with 6.
And he takes it at 6 for the
That's fair. I was
seafood.
going all in because I was like, "There's no way he's giving this up." You got too excited for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
4
6 left.
All right, so
I'm still beating you.
yeah. You have 6, JD has 5.
Oh, he still has more
All
money
right.
than me.
Yeah, he's got $1 more at the moment. Yep. All right, our next food item is going to be Texas Roadhouse buns.
I think you start the bidding because I got that last one. Do I get the butter with it as well?
Oh, the butter comes with it.
4.
5.
You can have it. You can have it.
He called my bluff.
All right, Texas
When you're bled
Roadhouse
dry, I get the rest, right?
buns.
Yeah,
Essentially.
you better hope it's
Yeah,
good.
JD
though.
doesn't. JD doesn't even get a 5th item, bud.
That's
There you
okay.
go. You only
I'm
got
pretty
4.
confident with this right now. I mean, we'll see.
I'll
I
still
don't
bid
know,
against
man.
you with
The-
all $0.
The other, Yeah, the other three still pretty good. It's like the three on Mason that he has already is pretty solid. I feel like, to
No,
be
I agree.
honest.
I agree. The
Yeah,
burgers messed me up. The burgers messed
Yeah.
me
yeah,
up.
yeah. All right, our next one was going to be chicken parmesan with spaghetti.
5. No.
You went,
Let me write it down. Hold on,
You gonna bid back?
JD. You
Or
what?
You
you really messed up, JD.
you
I
gonna
What's
mean,
bid
up?
you're
What's
back
coming
or
next?
what?
not like anything crazy. I'm just saying you really messed up.
Listen,
I feel like, yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like pizza, steak, Texas Roadhouse buns. I'm
You
good
don't
with
have a
that.
5th item. You don't have
That's
a
okay.
5th
I
item.
can live with that.
yeah.
Wait, I didn't
No
hear
fit.
my 5th item. Actually, now that I think
You-
Yeah,
about it.
sorry. So chicken parm with spaghetti. Well, technically there was two more, so technically I feel like you get all six at this point. You know what
Wow.
I mean? I I mean I think that's how it works.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Because he could bid $1 on all of them. So technically that works.
Yeah, technically he could. You know what I mean? The next one was going to be ice cream from wherever, from Dairy Queen,
Yeah,
from
I'm
you know
cooked.
Saris,
Yeah.
anywhere. You know
Yeah.
that would that was a big letdown for you there, bud.
Yeah. What's the
And then
last one?
if we would have got there, the last one's very generic, but I had to put it on there, and that's gonna be grilled chicken.
Oh, I mean,
We didn't make it there though, so
All
we
right.
won't count it.
yeah. Well, I mean, listen, bud. With
I
the
think I
crab
win.
legs, ice cream. Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I got smoked on that.
we'll have to let the viewers decide, but Mason's lineup, all right, is any Mexican food really. So burritos, tacos, quesadillas, Chick-fil-A sandwich, seafood, right? So like crab legs, blue crab, lobster, chicken parm with spaghetti, any ice cream from anywhere, and grilled chicken. JD's lineup is pizza, burgers, steak, and then the oddball in it, Texas Roadhouse buns.
I'm a
So
simple
we
man.
got
I'm a simple man.
the viewers have
I
to
could
pick on that one, you know. So
better win. I better win off of that
yeah,
one. I mean,
we'll see.
How about we do like winner gets a hat?
you know what I think? You know
Yeah,
what I think the big deal breaker for
I mean,
each one of them is?
It's gonna be him.
I think it's the difference between who likes steak and who likes crab more. I
yeah,
think that's what
see,
it might come down to
You
that.
see, if I knew that was on there, it'd been probably different.
Yeah.
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 I put the seafood on there because JD and I have went to the beach together a few times, and every time we go
You
for
gotta
the
hit up
all
a
you
seafood
can eat.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you can eat blue crabs, man. Gotta go. So
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew he was dead when he heard that one, but yeah, man. You got anything else, JD? Or
How about you just close this? Well, Mason, real quick. You had such a great freshman year. How do you expand on it? Like, what's your goals for next season?
In terms of distance, if
Or
we're
anything?
talking,
But
if
yeah,
we're
give us. Yeah.
we'll do distance. I feel like that's best. Shooting for 57 and above in shot put. It's very feasible. It's 4 feet in shot put. And then I'm going for Geist's record in discus. Geist has the record for
yeah,
sophomore state record at 186. I'm going for that.
I dig it.
That's the
I
goal
dig
for
it.
next season.
And
And if
listen,
I
we're
take
I'll
gonna
be
that
be
on.
title,
watching you the entire way, so we're excited for you.
thank you. If that sounds cocky, well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if I saw like a 190 out of you next year. To be honest, just based off of what I've seen this year, I wouldn't be shocked.
I
Just
mean,
keep putting in the
that's
work, keep doing what
yeah.
you're doing. You obviously you have the right stuff right now, and you just got to keep progressing with it.
The other big thing, and it's extra, but now that I'll be able to drive come the sophomore year, and it'll be on my account to go to the gym and get myself there. That's what I want to stay consistent there, because there's a lot of my friends that once they're able to drive, instead of like, obviously you need to do those fun things, and I will too. I will not be missing out on any fun events, but it's a matter of, can you balance it? And I don't think that's utilized perfectly when teenagers like me are allowed
Yeah.
to start driving. You start doing the fun things, but then you fall behind in your sport because you're not doing the accountable things. That's
Yeah.
another thing. I want to be able to stay dialed in because that's something you need for every sport. But I feel like in my respective, shot put and discus, you need to be strong. You have to be blunt. It's blunt, and you're not getting strong going out and eating ice cream 7 days a week and then, doing maybe 20 push-ups to make up for it at your own house because you feel guilty. So
Right. Yeah, you just gotta stay laser focused. But you also have to have a life balance. Like, you gotta have, say you don't wear yourself out and put yourself in a spot where it's not fun anymore. But at the same time, if you're a competitor, winning's fun, right?
it's a lot like a diet I went on to gain weight for football and track. 80-20. 80% is, dialed in, eating healthy, lifting, doing extracurricular things for your brain in any way, walking the dog too. Then that 20%, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to do. It helps because it's not like, you're super strict on yourself 100% of the time. You're laser focused, only focusing on what you want to do, because that leads to burnout. That's what,
Yeah.
that's what kills you.
Yeah, but listen, I think you got the right stuff. I think you got the right mentality. I think you're in for quite the career,
Thank you.
And we're gonna be watching you every step of the way. And if you ever need anything from us, you let us know. Shoot us a message.
Well, dude, I want one of those hats.
I'm
I
with
want
you
one
on
of those
that.
hats. I want one of them.
I tried to get you the T-shirt, and then I had the only 2X that, you know what I mean.
The sticker on the back
man, we gotta
of
get him
my
a fresh
phone.
stick. We gotta get him a fresh sticker, my man.
I have one in my room.
Yeah.
I've just been waiting until this thing finally goes kaput. But I have the original sticker. He gave me that for. I remember this. You ordered 2,000 stickers.
2,000. I've got about. I still have about 1,700. You want to know? You want to know where about 100 of them are right now?
Where?
They're on signs outside of UPenn University.
Yep.
I tagged a lot of stuff over there.
And you know what? Exposure.
Exactly. That's why I put them, man. That's why I put them.
It was one of the most impressive feats I've seen too. Him trying to get the backing off those with one hand while he was filming with the other. It was quite the impressive feat.
It was good. But yeah. Listen, I got you with whatever hat you want. I got this one. I got the white one behind me. I got the new one. We're coming out with new stuff too, so I know I'll talk to you. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
It's been a blast. It's been a blast to have you on. Lane 8 Media, we've got a lot more lined up, but I'll tell you what, for our first one, we went in with a bang with Mason.
Yep.
Just like I introduced him, we're going to outro him. Just an absolute dog. He's going to have a killer sophomore season next year. Be on the lookout for him. And the only time will tell how far this kid's going. So we will see you next time. I appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. Lane 8 Media out.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.